Well, I'm down at my self-serve car wash to make the final collection for the month. This is going to be a smaller and shorter collection than normal because it's only for 2 days worth of revenue. As of my last collection and last video, we were at a running total of about $36,000 for the month. So I will collect up all this cash and we'll add up all my expenses and see what the net profit for this month is going to be. I'll also do a little bonus and add in some YouTube revenue for the month of February. Let's collect some cash. Well, I didn't particularly want to be down here doing this in the rain, but got to collect it up so I can get my February totals. So as I said, it's going to be for a decently busy 2 days worth of revenue. It is for Friday and Saturday. So I'm hoping for at least a few $1,000s here. Not too bad. I'm also hoping that it doesn't start downpouring like crazy as I do this. Always a good sign when this bay has any money in it at all, because it's the very last bay and people don't really use it that much unless it's really busy. So if this bay is getting used, that means that all the other ones are full. But we will see what all the other ones look like. I was pretty surprised after the last collection that we were at $36,000 for the month. If you follow my other videos and you've seen kind of how I talked about my revenue leading up to it, I just wasn't expecting to have a record-breaking month. So, pretty excited about that. The only problem is, you're always competing with last year's revenue. And last year, if you heard me say in my other videos, I did $28,000 for the month of February. Okay, a little decent amount of money here. And so this year we're at 36,000 so far. It'll probably be, 38, 39, something like that. But now we're going into March, and March of last year was my previous high for revenue at $32,000. But I look at the forecast. We don't have any snow in the forecast, but we do have a lot of rain. So for the next 7 or 8 days, it's supposed to be just chance of rain, chance of rain, chance of rain, which is not good for revenue at a car wash. So now February is going to be in the books. Then I'm going to be looking ahead to March and wondering if March will do at least the same amount of revenue as it did last year in March. And if it doesn't, I'm not going to be too excited about that. It's just a very weather-dependent business. Another decent little bucket here. So if you have the right kind of weather, you can do extremely well at a car wash. But if you don't, it's like feast or famine. But pretty much after March, it's pretty consistent business, even through the summer months. So November, December, January, February, and March are kind of the iffy ones where you can really have gangbusters revenue or just have average months. This one here is my busiest, so hopefully we get a nice haul out of this one. Not too bad. There will be no two-handers in this video. That is for certain. Not too bad. Now we move on to the strictly coin bays. Let's see what we got here. That's okay. I probably won't collect the vacuums in this video either. I just don't think there's a lot of revenue there. I'll just have to add those to... Someone left me a quarter. Next month's totals. I doubt there's a lot of revenue hiding out in the vacuums. It's kind of a relief, I guess, sort of, to not have this bucket so damn full and ready to bust all over the place. That hasn't happened in a while. This is about an average 2-day collection. It's been 1 month of just crazy business. So every collection I've done, it's just been like gangbusters, wads of cash, two-handers. So this is kind of new as far as having a light bucket. Last one. Mainly tokens in that one. Let's get this inside, count it up. Okay, so I've got all the cash and the coin from the bays. Now I'm going to separate the tokens from the quarters. I'm going to go ahead and skip over that part because it takes too long, and then we'll get right to counting the quarters. Okay, so I've got 1 gallon jug full of quarters here, and no Cafe Du Monde canisters. Not really sure how much it's going to be, but hopefully at least $500. We'll see. $1,813 quarters. 1,813 quarters divided by 4, $453.25. Now I've got to get the cash from the token dispensers. Build changer 1. Oh yeah, this is pretty full. Almost all the way full. So that's a good sign. And the last one, yeah, not very good. I'm not going to collect the automatic cash or the coins from the vacuums. I will just tally those into next month's totals. There's probably not a lot in there anyways. This is only for 2 days worth of revenue. Let's take this back to my office, count it up, and we'll go over the numbers. Okay, so I'm back at my office. Let's go over the final numbers with the expenses included and some YouTube revenue. This is what it's like owning a self-serve car wash that accepts cash. Luckily, we don't have to count all that up. That is just cash from the last collection that I haven't had time to go through and separate. I have to separate the 1s, 10s, 5s before I bring it into the bank. This is what we're counting right now. My favorite bill counter. Try to throw these back in here, see if it would count them. 1,238, now I've got to add in all these reject bills. So there's 8 reject bills, that brings my total to $1,246 for the cash. That plus the coin we collected and all the other previous collections brings my total for cash for the month of February to $22,986.75. That plus my credit totals for the self-serve, which was $10,530.25. And my credit total for the automatic, which was $5,088, brings my total for the month to $38,605. That is phenomenal. Again, that is $10,000 more than my highest previous grossing month. Now let's plug that number in and see what the expenses are. Okay, as you can see here, that was my previous total, $36,000. Now we are at $38,605. And these are my expenses. Labor, I do have some labor because I did redo some of my self-serve bays. I put coverings on the walls, if you'd seen my last video. I haven't been billed for that labor yet. I assume that's going to be probably at least $1,600 worth of labor. I have $700 a month for cleaning. I do pay somebody to clean the lot every day. It takes them about 30 minutes. $820 for insurance. Repairs, this includes the material for redoing those self-serve bays, $5,200.84. Chemical was $2,000 this month. My taxes, this is my property taxes, not my income taxes. I do not know what those will be yet. That's $550. Utilities, $1,907.25. That's water, gas, and electric. My trash for my dumpster is $175, bringing my total expenses to $11,353.09, which means my net operating income before my mortgage is $27,251.91. My mortgage on this property currently is $3,434.53, which means my cash flow this month is $23,817.38. That is phenomenal. It is much more than I anticipated. This is only due to one winter storm that we had basically end at the very beginning of the month. This is a shorter month too, so having done $38,000 in revenue, almost $39,000 in revenue, actually probably $39,000 in revenue, because I left those vacuums uncollected and the automatic uncollected. I assume that it's probably around $39,000. And I don't know if you caught it in the video or not, but I actually forgot to collect the cash out of one of the bays. Now, it is one of the busier bays, but I did catch that in the process of editing this video. Now let's go over some YouTube revenue. Okay, so as you can see here, YouTube revenue from these videos, I did 5.7 million views and I did 4 videos in the month of February. My estimated revenue for the month of February is $6,665.23. That's for 5.7 million views. I think some of that is for some short video that I did that actually got quite a bit of views. But, you know, I think this probably would surprise a lot of people. Unfortunately, I do not fit into a financer niche, so the CPM on videos, the type of videos that I do, is much lower than it would be for the finance category for YouTube. So my RPM, the amount YouTube pays per 1,000 views on my videos, is usually around $5 or something. It's really not a lot, but I'm fortunate enough that these videos actually capture an audience and they get views. I think it's a combination of the thumbnails and just it being interesting how much money car washes make. So if you're ever watching my videos and you go, I've seen this video before, it's because you have. I mean, I continue to do the same thing. I do what works and I do it over and over and over again. I'm fortunate enough that I have something in my life that I'm already going to be doing anyways, that I can just record and put out there for people to see, that doesn't take me a lot of time to edit. I tried YouTube for a very long time. I put out videos on real estate investing, the economy, and they just did very poorly because it's a very saturated niche. And I sort of gave up for a little bit and I came back to it and decided to make a video about a car wash that I purchased and renovated. In hindsight, I wish I had recorded more of the renovation process. Anyways, I recorded a video about the car wash and put it out on YouTube, didn't think anything of it, didn't get very many views. 2 or 3 months later, the views shot up 100,000, 200,000 views, and I thought, hey, maybe I should just do this again. And ever since, I've been doing that. And so I appreciate everybody that is watching these videos and helping me get these views. If you're considering starting a YouTube channel, just pick something in your life that you can do very easily that might be compelling for people, because as we know, it's hard out there. You know, making extra money is awesome, and any way you can do that, I encourage it. And YouTube is one of those ways. I just wouldn't recommend doing something that's going to be so taxing, take a lot of editing. Do something that's simple and easy and you can just put out there, and hopefully it catches on and you can build an audience. But hopefully this was insightful. I've gotten, I don't know, a handful of comments that said, hey, put your YouTube revenue in there. I don't calculate this in with my car wash revenue, obviously. This is kind of a side thing. This month was sort of a roundabout-ish what I've made over the past 6 months, aside from the first month that I really started making money, which was about double this because I had one video go particularly viral. But if you got any questions about investing in real estate, car washes, YouTube videos, drop it in the comments down below and I'll try my best to answer. I don't always get to every single comment, but I will certainly try. Thanks for watching. Till next time.